Boys in the Boat. This is not going to, there's the book. I got to return it to the library. But the I've been doing a series of shorts on Boys in the Boat. Actually, I think I did a 3-minute one to begin with, just why I got into the book. And I'm going to do a wrap up now. It's not going to be that long, but I just feel this need to wrap it up my way. Now, I'm going to give you some dates. I hope you can put all these together. The book, Boys in the Boat, took place in, it was about the 1936 Olympics. 1936 Olympics. Uh, James Brown, Daniel James Brown, Daniel James Brown, he wrote the book in June 2013. Apparently, this was such a popular book, they made a movie about it December 2013. And and I got around seeing the movie. By the way, the movie is a very good movie, and it doesn't necessarily follow every detail of, but it's a good movie. In fact, the movie, and you can see Boys in the Boat. Maybe you saw it at the theaters, or maybe you can stream it. I don't know, but the movie inspired me. It was an inspirational movie, real true story. About, well, the focus was on these 9 boys in the boat. Well, 8 rowers and 1 caller, and the big rowboat, and how they, spoil alert, they got the gold medal in the 1939 Olympics. 1939 Olympics. And after watching the movie, and it was a good movie, it kind of, I found it's a book. I wanted to read the book. And, a lot of times, hey, the book is always better than the movie. No, I think the movie did a good job. I might want to go see it again. But it fills in a lot of the details that the movie doesn't do. And that's okay. The movie still did a good job. But I kind of want to focus in, not even so, I want to focus in on the author of the book, Daniel James Brown. I got to make sure I got that, Daniel James Brown. If you want to see an interview with Daniel James Brown, it was, I guess after the movie came out, there's this gal that did an interview with him. Just Google interview with Daniel James Brown. That was exciting for me to watch this interview. But I finished the book the other night, and I was exhausted. It was a good tired feeling. Daniel James Brown has a great way. He's written some other books, but he takes you along on the journey. It's the gal in the interview. When you watch the interview, she said, well, how long did it take you to write the book? And he said, oh, the book wrote itself. I think it took a couple of years for him to do the research. He did a lot of time on the research of the book. Actually, and I think her name was Judy. I sure hope I get that name right. I want to make sure I got it right. But Judy was his daughter. And Joe, you'll see a lot in the movie and in the book about one of the boys in the boat called Joe Rance. Joe Rance. And when you watch the movie, you're kind of wondering, well, why, is it center so much on him? Because he's not the only guy in the boat. But when you read the book, you understand because the author, got to actually interview Joe Rance, one of the boys in the boat, before he passed away. And that was powerful. When he went about writing the book, he said it didn't take long to write it. The research took long. Joe's daughter, Judy, she had all these notes because all through her dad's life, she said she wants to hear more. She's writing down all this stuff about her dad's life and her mom's life. Oh, it's awesome. But Daniel also did something else, the author. He did his own research on what was going on in the times even before 1939. He takes you on a little history lesson. Now, I knew about the Depression. I did, but not the way he describes it. You're in it. You're seeing the poverty that took place. You're seeing what's going on in our country. I mean, that's in the book. You actually will go to, you'll experience what's happening. You know, we just came out of World War One, the Great War, to end all wars, and we're seeing signs of World War II starting. He actually went back to Berlin to do research on this book. And he got to, in fact, in the interview, you'll hear more about the interview. And in fact, he mentions it even in his book at the end. It's great. He even actually stood where Hitler stood when the race was taking place. I don't think Hitler was very happy with the results of it. And you'll learn about what's going on in Germany. Um, uh, and it's powerful. You go, wow, I didn't know this. I didn't know that. Quite an historian. And so I guess, yeah, see the movie. It's good. Uh, and if you had a chance, you can check it out like I did. I think I might have to go buy this book. I like the big print. But by the way, if you live in Visalia, it'll be back by July 12th. I got to get it back by July 12th. And I will. Uh, but I might get it too because I would have liked to have marked up the book, but I didn't. I took notes off the side. In fact, a lot of my shorts, a minute or less, came from this book. And I I want to thank the author. I'd like to, boy, if he ever watches this, I'd love to interview you because the journey you took us on was fantastic. I think I want to wrap up the series, how I kind of began the series, how he begins the book. In fact, at the beginning of the book, uh, it's author's notes. He has some author's notes at the end. Man, I read it right to the end of the book. But he talks about how we got collected all the evidence and how we got to meet in person Joe Rance. His daughter, by the way, wrote all these. She wrote a lot of stuff about her dad. I guess when she found out this guy Daniel was going to write a book, she said, "Would you like to meet the guy? One of the guys in the boat." And he says, "Oh yeah, the interview was powerful. You'll read about it also in the book." And when he gets done interviewing Joe, and at that time I think Joe Rance might have been in his late 70s or something before he passed away, he said to the author, "Oh, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm glad you're going to write a book. Let people know the story." And we do know the story now. He says, "That's good." But the author said or Joe said to the author, "But remember, the book is not about me. It's not about me. It's about the boat." That stuck with me throughout the reading this whole book. The boat. What is he talking about? The boat. Is he talking about the other boys in the boat? Could be. Is he talking about the boat himself? Because it's fascinating to see how this boat was made. And the builder of that, you get to hear about his story. Was the boat about the coach? Oh, I think the movie did a good job with the coach. And there were other coaches too. Was the boat about overcoming when all obstacles are thrown against you, how you can overcome and be victorious? Now, the funny thing is, I knew that they were going to win the Olympics. They're going to get the gold medal, I mean. But as you're reading it, you're going, how can they? Wow, look at this obstacle. Look at the obstacle. They had obstacle after obstacle throughout their whole career rowing the boat. So, what is the boat? And right now I'm asking myself again, after finishing, what is the boat for me? Is it my faith? Yeah, could be. Is it my walk with God? Yeah, could be. Is it my wanting to be real? I want people to see me as a real person. I'm seeing the author as a real person. He helped me see these guys in the boat as real people. What is the boat to you? Boys in the boat. It's not about the boys. It's about the boat. My wrap up. It's about the boat.